Welcome, Virgo and Virgo cross watchers, to your reading for this week. So we have the Seven of Pentacles here. Virgo, I feel like you're trying to enjoy something here. And it almost feels like there's this other element that you have to add into it. And you will, and you're going to, right? But I feel like more you just kind of want to enjoy what you've built right now, because it's like once you add this other element into it, then there's going to be this whole flurry of activity and this whole other list of things that you have to do, right? It's like you've set these goals and like this is the threshold when then this phase starts. And it's like you've reached this threshold, and I feel like you just kind of want to enjoy it for like a few more minutes, right? Like just one more minute. You just want to look at it and enjoy it before you start kind of uprooting things and reworking them as needed, because then it starts this whole other phase. Okay. Actually, we're going to grab a big paper. Can we get... So we have the Page of Pentacles. I feel like whatever it is that you're doing is... We have the Nine lots of Pentacles here. I feel like whatever it is that you're doing, you seem to be like healing an inner child thing. In that whatever it is that you have built or are working on building, it feels like the younger you would be so proud that you've done what you've done. I feel like the younger you knew that it would happen, but the you now, I feel like there was a lot of doubt, right? That you were kind of like, well, it's almost the energy of, I really want to do this. I don't really see how it's going to happen, but I'm going to try. Right. And it's not like you had no plan. It just feels a little bit like there was a lot of hesitancy to believe that this is all going to happen. Right. So it's like you just kind of took it a little bit at a time. Right. Like taking this step forward seems plausible. That seems like reasonable. It's like, if this kind of goes south, I can duck and dodge and pivot, and I can rework things as I need to, right? But it's like you seem to have tried the best and either like easiest or most efficient way to do things, and it seems like it's gone a lot better than you expected. And it almost feels like you're kind of getting back to your roots here. You're getting back to something that you always should have done. It's like, that this dream that you had that when you were young, that like it wasn't just like a flight of fancy. It was something that was ingrained in you, like something you've always wanted to do. And now here you are. And it's almost like you feel like you kind of owe it to your younger self to take this as far as you can. We get another one for the Five of Swords. Here's the thing. I feel like there is someone, I'm not really feeling that it's like an internal dialogue thing. It feels more that there's somebody here that is always friggin' critical. They always have something to say. I feel like you could build the perfect structure and they would come in and be like, oh, well, it's kind of chipping here and this is a little uneven and that's not symmetrical. And then whereas before you used to see this thing that you've built and then they start coming in and they just start picking it apart and you're looking at them thinking like, get the out of here. But at the same time, I feel like it seems to take the wind out of your sails a little bit. And I feel like whatever this energy is, this seems to be where the pressure is coming from to start working this other element in, right? And I feel like you may have this internal dialogue where you're kind of like, no, I'm not going to let that get to me. But then you're able to see what they are seeing pretty quickly. And then it's all you can look at. And then instead of being able to enjoy this thing that you've built, you're spending time fixing these things that didn't really bother you in the first place, or that weren't, I have to fix them right now kind of priority before this person came in. I feel like you might start to distance yourself from this person. Um, it feels like the type of energy that they seem they seem kind of mean, actually. Um, I feel like there's something that happens here between the two of you that makes you look at them kind of like and back away a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, not, I don't feel like you're cutting anybody off, but it's like, let's say, for example, it feels like you may have built something. Let's say you bought a specific kind of car, and and you're really happy with it, and you're you're there and you were going to show it to them, and then you're sitting there at lunch and they start making fun of somebody that got out of a car that looks exactly like yours. Right? And so you're kind of like, oh, that, you know what I mean? Like, it just kind of knocks you down a few steps, right? Feeling like, okay, well, I was really happy with this, but now it feels like, hold on for a second. And there's almost this energy of like, if you're in a transition phase of your life, right? Like you're still striving, like, right? Like the cards were talking about how you have hit a threshold before you start the next threshold. So it's like, so you're looking at it like, oh, I was really happy with that. I was really happy with that car. I was really happy that I've reached this point. And now talking to this person, it's like, you feel like you're almost back at square one, even though you've made all this progress. Can we get another card for Virgo here, please? Whoops. That's just me not knowing how to shuffle. It makes it feel like whatever you've accomplished is too small to show off, right? I feel like this is somebody, we have the Tower reversed with the Five of Pentacles. I feel like this is somebody that, if you're struggling to understand why they're so critical and so negative all the time, they seem to, it's almost like the Tower can't fall on them if they're always living in the Tower energy, right? If they're always living in this energy of feeling like things are going to fall apart, feeling like focusing on everything that sucks, then it's like when nice things are exit their life for whatever reason, they're able to hold on to this energy of like they're in control somehow. It's got this kind of like, I mean, it feels like it's a protective mechanism, and maybe to a certain extent you'll be able to see that down the road, but I feel like right now it's just so it's almost like they'll invite you to go out and you'll kind of be like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, you just think, oh, I don't want to do that. I feel like it was someone that was, they seem to be really energetic and really like full of life. And there seemed to be like this energy coming out of them before. And I feel like they've been stuck with so many thorns that it's like even the slightest movement causes them great pain. And it's like, and they may have this energy of being kind of aggressive and mean, but I feel like you're able to see the longer they're in that energy that it's like it's them overcompensating, right? It's them wanting to act. I feel like there's such a frustration coming from them. It's almost like they're trying to defeat other people because there's a fight that they couldn't win in the past. And it's like, and they kind of got in this mindset that they can't lose again, right? It feels like they're looking at it like if they lose again, the whole world falls apart. So, and that energy seems to like help you look at what you've built, and you stop seeing the things that they were really critical about. Or it's like, no, that's not even, it's like you still see those things, but you're able to appreciate what you've built, right? So it's like you seem to find a way to not let that energy that they're kind of, that's just coming out of every pore for them. It's a part of who they are, it seems now. You're not letting that energy affect how you feel about certain things, but I feel like it also stops you from sharing things with this person, and that seems to be what creates the distance. It's like then the because you're not sharing anything about yourself, the relationship becomes all about them. And I feel like, and then it kind of feels like you just would rather be alone then. And I'll be honest, Virgo, from what I'm seeing, I feel like, but this person isn't paying attention to that. And they might not really see why it is that you're pulling away. I'm, it feels like it could be one of those situations where there's just this kind of natural distance that starts to grow. And I feel like there may be times where they kind of want to get your attention, but I feel like the way that they have done things has been pretty hurtful. And it just, from what I'm seeing, okay, and this isn't advice, it just is, this is what I'm seeing kind of happening, is that you just kind of don't want to be around them anymore because it feels like it's really hurtful. So, Virgo, I think I'll leave it there. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.